And now, news around the globe. The year is 1946. After Germany has captured what is known as the Rock of Gibraltar, America's finest, the Lucky Seventh, has come to take the Rock of Gibraltar back. British intelligence reports that strange reanimated bodies carrying mines are stopping their ships from leaving ports. Now, the group known as the Lucky Seventh will begin the incursion in the maze of tunnels deep beneath the Rock of Gibraltar.
Alright.
You're sure?
Okay. 0 command.
Oh, dang! Alright, so Murka's goes first. Murka's, you have.
I moved 3
So you know. Yeah.
Like 2 weeks ago.
These are your actions.
Okay. Oh.
That includes.
Mat over? So you have more room?
I'm not. Yeah, we're not using
So
that.
how do I? Well, I just like if you needed more room on this side.
I need 4x4, so.
I think that's pretty close, huh?
Close, but just in case. I just want to make sure he has enough room.
Reach right there.
Okay. So it's, yeah, there. Alright.
Alright. So Murka,
You want to move the terrain?
what you doing?
How far do I move?
Every action is a move. So you have.
Oh, okay. So 1, 2, 3 would be that.
Yeah. Okay. And then you have four command points you can give to that guy to do things. Yes, your guys are super slow compared to the zombies, which makes no sense.
Then I'll just hang out there. Can zombies open doors?
Yes.
Sometimes it works.
No, you're stuck there. Is it my turn now?
No.
No?
You go with the other guy.
I do. Okay.
And don't forget, you have command points.
3. 3. Spend a command point.
Okay.
So now it's my turn.
You might as well waste the other 3.
Okay, hey guys, Heretic of you here. Sorry about that overly dramatic intro. I tend to do it with games I really like hardcore into. Anyways, this being October, I figured I would try to do something special for you guys. So what I put together here is the first mission from Incursion. This is one of my favorite board games of all time. I'm going to give you a little bit of background about it and how the rules goes as we watch Mark and Albert play each other. Mark is playing the Americanos, if you need to know, and Albert is manning the Nazi zombies. Okay, so since it's October, I figured why not do something kind of Halloween themed. And so what I'm going to try to do, and I can't promise you guys, is that I'm going to record a battle of Incursion. We're going to go through every mission and produce it and throw it up until Halloween. Okay, it's kind of ambitious, I know, but I'm going to try it anyways. So, if you're wondering what Incursion is, basically, I've done a previous video about Incursion before. It is a game that takes place in World War II, the alternative World War II, meaning that there are, when people talk about alternative World War II, basically it's like sci-fi / horror. You know, it usually involves Nazi zombies, werewolves, that kind of stuff. And it's a pretty cool genre that I don't think gets enough coverage in our miniature gaming. So, yeah, I'm going to do it, and I don't care if you guys... if you don't like it or whatever, yeah, I'm still going to cover it. So, in Incursion, it's basically there's a secret lab under a place called Gibraltar, and underneath this rock or whatever is a maze of tunnels and secret labs and the Germans are planning something. They're doing experiments, and they're stopping the British, or the British are having a hard time um, kind of retaking Gibraltar, and the American forces have come in at this point to aid them in taking it back. Um, Now the rule mechanics are pretty simple. It's a two-player game, and in this first scenario, let's just go over the first scenario. You'll see a wall of doors. There's 4 doors towards the top of the screen. Those doors are sealed and you can't go through them. So for our first mission, it's gonna be pretty much only half of the board. It's kind of designed as an intro mission, so you can get a hand on the rules of the game. So yeah, it's really straightforward and pretty basic. Okay, so the way this game works is that if you look at the every model is going to have a cost. Okay, so you pick a mission, and it tells you how many costs the American side can have, and how many points the German side can have. Use those points to buy models. Basically, those are things that are going to help you get your mission. Okay. Each model has a cost, and each model has a number of actions that they can do in a turn. Okay. So actions basically include like moving a square. Okay, that takes an action. Turning is an action. Shooting is an action. Attacking in hand-to-hand is an action. Pretty straightforward stuff, right? The one twist on this is that you do have these things called command points, and you can use those command points to give your models extra actions. The thing about command points is that you also need them to bid on whether or not you're going first. Okay. Now, command points are replenished between each turn, but some certain turns you want to go first, obviously, and you kind of have to weigh whether or not you want to put in a bunch of command points to guarantee you first turn, but that means you'll have less actions during that turn. So it's kind of that. What do they call that? The six in one hand, half a dozen in the other. I think that's what it's called. Something like that. Also on the card, it tells you how much health each model has, and what you need to. Their damage rating is basically what you need to damage them, and any special abilities. Okay. For the first mission, it's pretty simple. They tell you exactly what to buy. So the German player is just going to have 2 basically spawn points of zombies. So every turn he's going to be spawning 6 zombies. The Americanos are just going to have 2 basic, they call them ape suits. These are armored personnel suits. Think of them as power armor. In this case, because it's World War II, they are diesel powered, because that's important. You should know that. And the object of the first mission is for the Americans to reach the escape points. The German player wins if he's able to kill the last American on the board. Right, so it's a tough mission for the Americans, being that there's only 2 of them, but the Americans do have guns. Guns are really powerful in this game. Basically unlimited range, and when it is not your turn, they have something called reaction fire, which means that if an enemy model activates in your line of sight, you will be able to shoot at him for every action he takes. So we're going to see examples of this as we watch the game. But that makes having guns very powerful. Of course, zombies don't have the guns. So the Americans have the advantage of the weaponry. The Germans are having the unlimited, basically, cannon fodder. Now, there is one drawback to reaction fire. If, for example, you roll any doubles, doesn't matter if it's a hit or miss, you're considered jammed for that turn. So then you can no longer reaction fire. So one of the easiest strategies to do is kind of line up a group of zombies and have the American fire. As you saw, there he goes. He's going to continue to do his reaction fire. Line of sight is 180, and so that's why he can shoot down that hallway. And he is just murdering a bunch of zombies this turn. but the goal is, and I keep pulling the model back, is once he gets into line of sight, you're able to do a reactionary fire. So the American has jammed at this point in the game, so now the zombies can move freely without being shot. And now they're going to attack. I should say that Albert had used a card that did an automatic damage point to that American, and then finished it off with a zombie. So the Americans, their models each have at least 2 wounds. Zombies have 1 wound. So zombies are able to use their basically strength in numbers to take down that Terminator. Another special rule about the Strum zombies is the more in hand-to-hand combat with an enemy model, the more dice you're going to roll. That's why Albert was rolling 2 dice for that final attack that took down the Americans. So Americans only have 1 model left on the board. Now, he can still win the game. He just has to escape. As you can see, he is surrounded by zombies, and this is where the game gets pretty intense. You know, yes, you can kill a lot of zombies in this game, but you know, once you jam on that reactionary fire, they will descend upon you rather quickly. So it is a bit of a trade-off there. So here we see more zombies coming down the pipe, and Mark's in a bit of a trouble. He hasn't been able to cross half the board, and that's the other trade-off with the Americans. The Americans are in power armor, and so their suits, basically the zombies have to roll a 6 to take them down, but you know, with enough rolls you can do it, and with enough models. So here we see kind of the zombie turn. There's his reactionary fire, kicks out the zombie. Can he keep that up, though? Can he keep it up? As Albert forgot to draw one of his incursion cards. Strangely, he was the only one to use a card this battle. Hey, the cards, in my opinion, are pretty dang important. They're pretty dang good. So I'd use them as much as possible. No, I think he uses 2 cards. He tries to flood the corridors, but Mark puts the kibosh on that. Each card's going to have a cancellation value. Another thing you can use command points for is to cancel somebody's, BS card. if it totally screws you, it's worth spending the command points. Something like flooding the corridors to make the Americans even slower is invaluable. Invaluable is what I was going to say. So, anyways, I hope you enjoy this, because this is going to be. I'm going to try to do this at least once a week until October, and hopefully we can get to through the entire book, because what it does is it actually escalates and forms a story. So we were doing mission 1, or were we? Or were we? As I looking at the book, and I'm like, wait a second, what mission did we do? I think we did a practice mission, which is hilarious, because I wanted to do all the missions. No, we did. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah. I'm just going to let this tape roll, because why not? While you enjoy the game. Anyways, mission 1 was Recon, and that is correct. That's what we're playing. So, and then as you go on, the points increase, and we can see other characters join in the fray of this battle, because there are some named characters. Most importantly, there's a family of sort of Germans, the von X's, that are kind of enhanced humans, which is pretty cool. Alright, so, anyways, continuing on with my coverage of the game. See, reactionary fire, killing it. You know, he is destroying zombies left and right. Here we have one of the zombies has made contact, but he will still get his reactionary fire on that zombie. So will that zombie be able to scratch the power armor? We don't know. A lot of internet. I'm not using. Normally, I speed up the footage, but I thought, I would just kind of let it go the way it is. See if you folks enjoy it as we continue on with Incursion. He's going to take down that zombie with a reactionary fire. I do believe that zombie, as he died, though, did in fact put a wound on that American, so he's down. His health is down here, and here we have a dangerous situation where the zombie attacked in his back arc, so he was not able to reactionary fire. But as the other zombies come in to assist, he is pulling reactionary fire there and picking them off left and right. You can just imagine how crazy the hallways were until he jammed. And we will see that zombie has. Albert is going to spend all of his command points and put it all into this attack to do the final blow. First attack unsuccessful, but the second attack unsuccessful. Third attack is going to. Well, he's probably on the fourth attack. I think he's going to be on his last command point. There it is. You can see it on screen, and that will do it. He is able to kill him on his last